Hello!
Hello AOS fans!
It's the Agents of Sigmar.
And in this video we're going to have a little look inside the Warhammer Horus Heresy Legion Imperialis box. Oh, that's quite hard to say in one breath.
Yes, yeah, I've taken a big extra riff of epic battles in the Age of Darkness.
Age of Darkness.
Epic scale. So it does say epic scale. So they didn't call it epic, but it does still say epic on it.
Now some people think this is referring to the year 30,000, but it's actually after 13 years of Tory government. There's a bit of politics there.
Oh, probably not that controversial though.
No.
Games Workshop have very kindly sent us this box, so thank you very much for that, to open and peruse, and we're going to do that now for you and show you what's inside it.
I'm just going to say, spoiler alert, the minis are all really tiny.
Teeny tiny. Is that because they're far away though?
No.
There is a rule book, there is a one order token set, 2 rules reference sheets, 26-sided dice. They roll. They must roll really well. And 1 scatter dice, templates, measuring stick and transfer sheets, and 223 miniatures. 106 space marines. You don't get that, that many in a box these days normally. And Walker miniatures, 5 Space Marine vehicle miniatures, 104 Solar Auxiliar Infantry and Walker miniatures, 6 Solar Auxiliar Vehicle miniatures, and 2 Warhound Titans.
Now, I kind of feel like that's a little bit of a cheating description of the content.
Yeah.
Like you've got 104, well, you have got 104. That is technically true, but I would feel like it would have been better to say 6 bases of.
Yes,
because they don't. The 104 miniatures don't actually mean anything in the game as such.
No, because it's basically you've got 5 Marines here, yes, but they're all on one base. Yeah. So anyway. There we go, here's the box. I've noticed that there's a stamp, sort of like made in the UK, sort of hard stamped in the edge. It's actually etched into the cardboard, so very interesting that. Oh, we have already removed the plastic seal.
They don't wrap them in cellophane anymore. You get little plastic tabs to cut them. You've got
the waft of plastic already.
Well, these are now about 40 years old, aren't they? They can't be quite that old, but they are old.
Very old.
1995.
Wow.
So
okay.
Almost half as old as me.
We got these. I'm not exactly very thrilled to see.
No, I remember being quite disappointed when I saw those.
Yeah, it's not great, but anyway, you get some of those, and these are exactly the same from 40k. I can't see the timestamp on it again. 1998, I think it has on these ones. So
newer than the bendy plastic rulers.
Yep. And then, as usual, wads and wads of plastic. So each of these sprues has about 30 Marines on it, plus some characters, and you can see there's blokes with character models with banners and dreadnought bits. It terrifies me that the dreadnought bits, you can see individual arms and legs and shoulder pads. And
yes, but some of the tanks, all the guns are separate. They plug on. You stick them on the sides, and even the little pipes, sort of whatever they're called,
exhausts, and it even has different guns for each of the chassis and the main turret mount and stuff.
It does. One quite cool thing about it for the Space Marine tanks, at least, the turrets you can build. Unlike most GW things, presumably because they're much bigger models, but you can actually build all of the turrets and they don't stick on. So then if you've, unfortunately I don't know the terminology, but if you've built ones with a big las cannon type thing and ones with, I don't know,
auto cannons, stuff like that,
then you can just swap them over if you build a different army, which is quite nice. Yeah. Because as I may have said before, I hate it when you have to stick your stuff together at the beginning and you've no real idea what you're sticking, but you want to put your new toys together, and then you discover you've put the worst possible combination together, and now you've stuck that
and then you're stuffed. Yeah, and I mean, even on here there are the Space Marine Devastator Squad all have missile launchers, and the missile launcher is actually separate. Yeah. And these are tiny. They're 6mm scale, obviously, so that is a teeny tiny 6mm scale.
They are very very small, and there's an awful lot of them.
Many.
As we've come to expect.
And you've got the Warhound ones. You can tell the Warhound ones because they've got the slightly bigger pieces on, but even they are multitudinous and teeny tiny. Yeah. Which again, they do look quite cool.
An awful lot of sort of round
the chassis and things on
plates on the side. They've got little eyes of Horus and little Aquilas on.
That's pretty
cool. Whatever they're for, I'm not sure. So when you build them, I'm quite looking forward to building a Warhound. Actually, I'm not sure I'll never get around to painting one, but I'm quite looking forward to having one.
More likely in the 40k scale, at least.
Well, yeah.
There's then a little separator sheet in here, which is interesting because it's got loads of stuff on the back, which says obviously Legions Imperialis, but it's actually rebranded stuff from Titanicus.
And Aeronautica.
Yes.
They've obviously rebranded it all, tied it all together, which is quite nice.
I wonder if that means they're going to get rid of Titanicus because they're going to put it all into this.
Possibly. I say
they did get rid of
you've got like a War Master Iconoclast heavy battle type. I assume it was Titanic. I've never played Titanic.
And there's the terrain and stuff like that. And that's worth pointing out. The terrain is very cool, but it's worth pointing out you don't get any terrain in this box.
No,
which I'm not happy about, to be honest.
No, because if you want to play a game, you're a bit
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, you can use matchbox and things, but you've immediately lost some of the some of that immersion. Down the side, you've got bases. It's not worth getting them up for. You've seen them before. And dices, you've seen them before. And there's a couple of things in here as well. There's a rule book which you could kill a man with, and it's got all the rules and it's got all of the stats and stuff in the back of it, and it's got loads of like things about all the different Space Marine legions, which is great. I would like to have seen all of the rules separately, I think. Because, if you play this with somebody, you've bought it and you've each got, take one half each. And then you're like, oh, I need this, right, okay, I need to look that up. Okay, so what are you again? Right, so you're that, so that you're, okay, so you need that, and then I need, just, could have been two separate, at least for the stuff in the box. And that's another thing worth pointing out, that in the box, there isn't any, these are your armies. No. You've got to build it all from scratch, literally. With the models, and you've got to then work out what your army is.
Work out your army, isn't there? Like a start with this.
No.
So it's definitely not for beginners. That's kind of what you're saying. It's for experienced gamers, lovers of 40k.
Definitely.
Even Horus Heresy.
And it is
a Horus Heresy game. Isn't it?
And even from the point of view that so many of the things like the Imperial Guard, or what would have been called the Imperial Guard, or the Adeptus Mechanicus, are now called this Auxilia something or others, the Auxilia Las Rifle Tertico, and just call them Guardsmen. Something like that.
Because guardsman isn't a TMable word.
Well, there is that aspect to it. And then you've obviously got your assembly instructions in there as well. What was in that?
Well, I haven't opened it yet because I've broken the envelope. Oh. So if you just talk amongst yourselves while I open it up. It's just a token reference, but it's not an actual reference.
Hey, thank you very much. Oh, that must be the command tokens things. So that when you place your commands at the beginning of a round, that's them. Those are them's. So the way the game works is that at the beginning of your round, you give all of your units commands using these tokens face down, so your opponent doesn't know what you're doing.
So and like Legion almost. And then you pull those out of a bag, don't you? But,
a bit like Legion or like
X-Wing.
Yeah, or like X-Wing, yes.
Okay.
Or that other 40k game that they did with spaceships that we've already forgotten.
Aeronautica,
that's it. Just like Aeronautica.
We played that.
So that's what's in there. The reference sheets. I mean, there's not too much on here. No. It doesn't terrify me looking at that.
Suggests that they're entirely inadequate.
Nowhere near enough information on them. But that's it. That's everything in the box. I mean, you've got all the usual guff in the book, and you've got all the usual sort of lovely artwork and things everywhere that make you want to paint things in 16 different sort of styles before you realise you can't actually achieve any of them properly.
No, I mean, I think with being the smaller scale, in some ways that makes it easier, in other ways it makes it harder. Yeah. I mean, you can get away quite easily, I think, with the sort of 2 or 3 colours, a bit of red or blue or whatever colour you want to do, Marines, and then a bit of picking out the weapons or the tread on the tanks, and then you're done. Yeah. But at the same time, we know that there's going to be like the community of painters type thing on Warhammer community pages, probably around released, and that's going to be insanely good. Stuff. I look forward to seeing those.
They're going to have painted the individual faces on the guardsmen and stuff like that. They're like, I give this one a moustache.
Yeah. Do you talk about you give the orders? Do you then choose what order you activate them in? The order of the orders is you then alternate the orders as you go through, and depending on the order you give, depends on when they activate and stuff like that. So, you're not fixed to one particular order. If you choose a certain order and you're like, actually, I don't want to do that thing now because that would be stupid, they have a few options available to them. So it's like if you give them this order, they can do a couple of different options. Okay. Right, cool. So it's not like if you say charge and then everybody around them runs away, they don't just sit there going, well, I've got no one to charge. You're like, okay, they can advance then because they're just going to run forwards anyway. Look out on Instagram for a few of our pictures of some of these lovely tanks and stuff that we're going to paint up, and we'll see you soon. Somewhere in the underworlds, or maybe in the 31st millennium.